Okay, this video is going to be on reincarnation, and it's not what you think. It's in reference to Jacob's ladder, and Jacob's ladder is where he sees angels going up and down the stairway between heaven and earth. And what that is actually Jacob seeing reincarnation, seeing angels being tried and tested on earth, because angels do what the Most High does, because the Most High is over the angels. So therefore, if the Most High comes in human flesh, like he did as Jesus, then the angels are going to do the same thing, meaning they're going to come to earth in human flesh in forgetfulness and be tested and tried to see who they will stand with in times of adversity. And we see that very clearly in the case of John the Baptist, when people were asking him if he was Elijah, because he came in the spirit of Elijah. John the Baptist had no memory of his life as Elijah, so he's like, I'm not Elijah, but he was in the forgetfulness of the flesh, meaning that he was actually a reincarnation, because how else would he be doing, how else would he be spending his entire life making the pathway straight and clear for the Most High by giving water baptisms in anticipation for the fire baptisms, for the actual, spirit um, changing of the Most High, being born again through the Most High. Why would he be doing that unless he had a knowledge of the Most High? And why would the Most High speak so highly of him when, John the Baptist said he wasn't, he wasn't on the same level as the Most High? Why would the Most High speak so highly of John the Baptist if he didn't know John the Baptist? So Jacob's ladder is angels going up and down, going back and forth from heaven to earth, perfecting themselves, overcoming, so that they are suitable after overcoming to be by his side always, to be pillars in his kingdom and not have to come back to earth to be tried and tested. But the spirit of forgetfulness helps out, because it's like, if you knew who you were in the past, then you could imitate what you did in the past. But if you don't know who you were in the past, you have to rely on the spirit in order to lead you. And that's what John the Baptist did. Even in his forgetfulness, he was able to be what he was in prior lifetimes in terms of being obedient to the Most High. So he came in the spirit of Elijah because he was Elijah. And Elijah is Gabriel, and we'll get into that later. But these are physical manifestations of the sons of God, of angels. And he speaks highly of them, and you'll see, how he speaks highly of David, and, saying he had a heart like his and stuff like that. You'll see these men who and Moses, he speaks very highly of, because he knows them, because they've been tried and tested, and he knows that they will stand by him. And that's why he said that David had a heart like his own. But again, the Jacob's ladder, where he actually saw angels going up and down a stairway between heaven and earth, that is reincarnation. You have to understand, a lot of books in the Bible have been taken out. And I mean, if you think about it, it would make sense for them to take out the books that kind of bring it all together, that solidify the Bible, so that the Bible seems less reliable and less authentic, if they take out the important books that will help you tie it together in your brain. So it's not me making up stuff. It's me showing you that even when they try to take out books of the Bible, when you don't understand the Bible, you can't even take out the right books in order to hide from the people who should get the message, what the message is. You can't hide it from them if you don't know it. So that's why they didn't take out enough information for us to figure that out. And plus, I've had over a year of dreams and visions that kind of, led me to this conclusion. But yes, reincarnation is in fact spoken of in the Bible in terms of Jacob's ladder. So while the Most High only had to come once in order to fulfill his mission, the angels, I argue, have to come 7 times. And 7, of course, in the Bible is the number of completion. So you'll see that the angel Michael came 7 times, the angel Gabriel came at least 7 times. And you can also put your spirit, the spirit of an angel, on someone who's already alive, and I'll talk about that later on. But before we get into the different lifetimes and the proof of reincarnation, I'll say, in case you don't know, the Jews who are over in Israel now are not the Jews of the Bible. They have stolen the identity of the actual Hebrews. They have leprosy. Leprosy turns your skin white. White skin, if you think about it, has no benefit. It doesn't protect you from the sun. It's a defect. It doesn't protect you from the sun. It's leprosy, and they have it, therefore they're unclean. And if they don't accept that, then they'll stay unclean. If you look in the Bible, the Most High cleanses lepers. Moses put his hand in his bosom, took it out, it was white as snow. Leprosy, leprous as snow. Put it back in, and it was just regular skin tone. So the skin tone the Most High created was brown, dark brown skin to protect us from the sun. Leprosy is not the way the skin is supposed to look. The original Hebrews are black. The image of the beast is the image of Christ that has been popularized with long hair, leprous skin. That is not the image of the Most High. So that's why he says people worshiping the image of the beast, especially with the Catholic Church, the Whore of Babylon, where they worship the Mother Mary, which, Mary did not have leprous skin. The Most High did not have leprous skin. Those are false images. So once we get that out of the way, the fact that the people of God are actually the African Americans, because, we were taken into slavery by ships, and we are in Sodom and Egypt now because we were disobedient. So our first Egypt was, the 400 years in the Egypt. White people wouldn't be able to stay in that hot sun building pyramids. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. They have sunburn and everything else, but they lied. But this is our second Egypt, so that's why it's referred to as Sodom and Egypt, because, America is a culture that celebrates homosexuality, and also it's a culture of financial slavery. And we were actually in physical bondage and slavery for like in Egypt for a long time. So this is our second Egypt. This is our Sodom and Egypt. Okay, so this is Sodom and Egypt referred to in Revelation. So reincarnation. Abel. We'll start at the beginning. Abel. Okay, he was cut down early in life by his brother Cain, who was actually his half brother, because Cain was the seed of the serpent. He was the result of Satan tricking Eve. Cain killed Abel at a very young age. So Abel Abel was obeying the Most High, but at that young of age, you can't overcome to the extent that the Most High requires you to overcome, because the Most High is perfect. He didn't even have to come and die for us. He did it to show us the way, but it's going to take more than one lifetime for us to get it right. So, and Abel's body didn't stay in the ground. If you'll read in Genesis, it didn't stay in the ground. It was innocent blood. And what that also means is that he reincarnated. And my argument is that Abel was Shem, and Adam, who was tricked the first time, he also reincarnated as Noah. Okay, so, and if you'll notice patterns in these reincarnations, because it's like you'll notice Adam is the father. Like Adam going to Noah. That makes perfect sense, because Adam was the father, and so he's the father as Noah of a new breed after the flood. Not a new breed, but of the Most High seed after the flood, because the world had been corrupted, because a lot of seeds were mingling, just like with Eve, where she was deceived by the devil. A lot of seed mingling, and what you get is Cains. You get people who are violent and they can't control themselves. Cain was just like Judas, and just like Esau. Cain was overcome by the spirit of the devil and killed his brother Abel, and Abel was Michael. And that's where the intense hatred and all came from. Abel was the vessel for Michael. Okay, so his brother hated him, because if you read the Bible, Michael overcomes and takes the position of Satan. Satan fails, so he hates Abel, just like Cain hated Abel, because that's the spirit. The spirit of the devil was in Cain. The spirit of the Most High was in Abel. So Adam reincarnated as Noah. Abel reincarnated as Shem. Okay, and if you see, like the bloodline has to be the seed of the Most High. So that's why you see that certain bloodlines are carriers of the seed of the Most High. So, it has to come through, because Adam was in the image of the Most High. So his seed line is going to be in line with the Most High's vision, just like Abel was in line with the Most High. So his seed line is going to be in line with the Most High's vision. So, so what you have is Adam. Hold on just a second. All right. So what you have is Adam reincarnating as Noah, and Abel reincarnating as Shem. And after that, Abraham was the father as well. So as you see the pattern there of Adam to Noah to Abraham, they're all fathers. They're all known as, the fathers of the holy seed. Okay. And so with Abel, you have him going to Shem, as Abel to Shem to Jacob, and Jacob overcome. Again, you have these patterns in the Bible that let you know what is going on. And so in the case of Jacob, you see he fought with Esau, just like Abel and Cain were against each other. So you see these patterns, and they were born as twins, and one had the spirit of the Most High, Jacob, and one had the spirit of the devil, Esau. And so you just see this constant battle between two different spirits. The spirit who will obey the Most High and do what the Most High says, and then you have the spirit of the devil who is against the Most High, because the Most High said he put enmity between the seed of the woman and the seed of the serpent. So you have Cain against Abel, and then you have Esau against Jacob. And Esau also tried to kill Jacob, but he didn't succeed this time, because, with reincarnation, you learn more. And then the Most High didn't want Satan or Esau or Judas or anyone else carrying the spirit of the devil, who's possessed by the devil, to get, to overcome. Just like he told Adam to keep the secrets of the Most High away from Cain, because he's the wicked one. Don't keep him in darkness. Don't let him get any information that's going to help him get any leg up on anything. Keep him in darkness. That's his punishment. And also, that's the way for the Most High not to let power, like real power, I'm not talking about materialistic power, but I'm talking about spiritual power, keeping that from the evil angels, because in what they stole, some secrets from heaven, but not to the extent to which they could overthrow the Most High. Like the secrets that they did steal, they've corrupted themselves with, like the Most High said. So they've corrupted themselves with the low level information that they've stolen from the Most High. But so they're kept in darkness. The evil ones are kept in darkness. Jacob overcame. He wrestled with God. He saw God face to face. And you'll see this pattern in Moses. Moses also spoke with God face to face. So there are these subtle patterns that let you know these are actually the same people reincarnating, and you get hints of them being the same people, like Noah being the father, Adam being father, Abraham being father. Like, you'll see these patterns, and Abel being the good son, Shem being the good son, Jacob being the good son. So you see these patterns, and they don't know it, because it's like, they're not supposed, their spirit is supposed to, through faith, through their spirit, they're supposed to follow the Most High, not through memory, not through their mind, but through their spirit. So their spirit is constantly growing even in flesh forgetfulness, which really purifies people because they have to go by the Spirit. They have to, rely on the Most High for information rather than relying on their own understanding. So, so we have the 3 reincarnations, and then after that, you have Elijah, who was not born of, or we don't know his parentage. Okay, and we see the same thing with Gabriel Prosser in the United States, but we'll get to that soon. But another pattern, another subtle pattern. No one knows the parentage of Gabriel Prosser, just like Adam did not come through a female womb. So it's just, he leaves little clues to let you know, yes, these people are reincarnating. I'm giving you clues they're reincarnating, and that's why that's why he tells Jacob, I have loved thee, but I have hated Esau. I have, past tense, meaning they have lived before. They have shown themselves for what they are. Esau held the spirit of the devil, and the Most High didn't like him. And he also killed his son, Michael, in the form of Abel, and he killed Adam's son in the form of Abel. They don't like him because of that, and he's evil. So it's like he wasn't just saying, I have hated Esau just to be saying it. He was saying it because of Esau's past deeds of Satan. Satan possessed Cain, Satan possessed Esau. Okay, so Elijah, we don't have any record of his parentage because he came in the manner of Adam. That was Adam. Why do you think he had so much power and so much trust with God? Because he had lived before. He was Adam. So we have Adam, Noah, Abraham, Elijah, and then John the Baptist came in the spirit of Elijah. Okay, so that's 5 reincarnations for Adam. Then, after John the Baptist, who very clearly say came in the spirit of Elijah, who is seen in the transfiguration? Moses and Elijah. So after his death, he is shown with Moses. He was shown with Moses and the Most High, because they are the Most High in the center, and then Michael and Gabriel by his side. And even in his lifetime, Elijah said, I stand before the Most High, because he did. The Most High knew him, and that's why there is trust between them. You just don't come into life with an automatic trust. You build that in the pre-existence with Michael and Gabriel, and also being tried in the flesh. So they had built that connection with the Most High to where they could speak with him mouth to mouth. And even you'll see Elijah when he became frustrated because the Israelites, they were trying to kill him. They're supposed to be, he's there to help them, and they're trying to kill him. So where does he go? To the same place that Moses went. The same place, Mount Sinai. So this is Gabriel doing what his spirit tells him to do, because he is so intricately connected with the Most High and Michael, because they're the 3 who are on in the transfiguration. So they know each other that well. And I argue that he even came with his name. Like, in case you didn't know, in case you have any doubt, he even came as Gabriel Prosser in America to die for the slaves with his name, Gabriel, in case you didn't know. And his parentage isn't known. So just like Adam, just like Elijah, Gabriel Prosser came in a manner where he didn't come from a womb like Adam. So it's just all these clues, and that's 6. All these clues that reincarnation is occurring, and that these people, he at 24, he was just, he could read, he could do all these things, and they're like, where did all this come from? Just like with Nat Turner, he could read, he was very smart. They're like, this is just magic. No, it's wisdom from past lives, and it's that connection with the Most High, the source of wisdom that makes them extraordinary, even in slavery, even when knowledge is kept for them. And Malcolm X had an 8th grade education. We'll get into that later. So we've gotten into 6 lifetimes of Gabriel. Now, from Shem to Jacob, okay, that's 3 lifetimes for Michael. Okay, because Adam was Gabriel, and he was Michael's father in the flesh as Abel. Okay, so Adam was Gabriel, Abel was Michael. So after the third reincarnation of Michael, we have Abel, we have Shem, we have Jacob. Then we have Moses. So Moses, you know, he spent 40 days and 40 nights with the Most High. The Most High spoke to him. He spoke mouth to mouth. He knew him. He was Michael. And even at Moses' death, Michael comes to get Moses' body. You know why? Because Michael had inhabited that body. Satan wanted to keep the body. Michael said, no, this is my body. I'm taking this Bible up. The Most High allowed it. Michael was in the body of Moses. And he killed for his people. You know, he killed the Egyptian taskmaster. He stood up for his people. He was Michael. And he led the people. And if you notice in Moses' song, he speaks about your right hand, because he's on the right hand of God. Gabriel's on the left hand of God. So he said, your right hand, he says that. And then after Moses, you have David. Okay, so we have 4 reincarnations. David is the 5th. And if you notice, he took 5 stones with him. 5 stones, 5 incarnations, and killed the giant with 1. That was another hint. This is the 5th incarnation, meaning, and when the Most High said, you have a heart like my own, he had known David before. But it's to symbolize 5 incarnations. Okay, Abel, Shem, Jacob, Moses, David. So David was also the vessel of Michael. And that's why he had a heart like Michael's, and he was sent to be king, you know, because no one else could do it like he could, because of his close relationship with the Most High and his intimate knowledge of what the Most High wanted for his people. So that's 5 incarnations. The 6th was Nat Turner. Okay, just like the 6th for Gabriel was Gabriel Prosser. The name indicates it. Nat Turner knew how to read. He came to free the slaves. Again, you see him defending the Most High's people, killing for the Most High's people to give us freedom. In Revelation, it says that he was crucified where our Lord God died, meaning Jerusalem. If you notice, if you think about how dreams work, they're sometimes literal, but a lot of times they're figurative. So figuratively, he was crucified in Jerusalem. Nat Turner was crucified in Jerusalem, Virginia. So it's in reference, Revelation 11 is in reference to Nat Turner as one of the witnesses, and Nat Turner reincarnated. This was his 6th reincarnation. So this was Michael's vessel, who was so, you know, he could read, he was so wise and stuff. They couldn't figure out, you know, how did he get all this wisdom? How did he learn to read? It's because he was reincarnated. And God knew him, gave him knowledge, and he also had knowledge in his spirit from past lifetimes. Gabriel Prosser was another one who came to help free the slaves. And he also had uncommon knowledge from the Most High. So yeah, so Nat Turner was crucified where the Lord God was crucified, in Jerusalem, which is figurative language. And if you also notice in dreams, there's blending of 2 people. Like there's plasticity in dreams where you have 2 people blended as one. So with the witnesses, that's what you see. You see, you know, where he says they turn water to blood and fire rained down from heaven. Clearly that's Moses and Elijah. And as I said before, Moses is Michael, Elijah is Gabriel. Now, when they speak about them not burying their bodies, about them, those from the peoples and tribes and tongues and nations will look at their dead bodies for 3.5 days and will not permit their dead bodies to be laid in a tomb. Now, you can look at that literally and think, oh, they laid their bodies out in the street. Or you can look at it figuratively and say, there was a public viewing held for Malcolm X at Harlem's Unity Funeral Home from February the 23rd through February the 26th. Is that not 3.5 days? Did they not look upon his dead body and not put it in a tomb for 3.5 days? That's figurative language. Figurative. Think about dreams. Like I've been having dreams for the past over a year regularly. I mean, I've had them for a long time, but like they've been more and more uh, frequent for the past like year or so. But if you think about your dreams, they blend people together. They use figurative language. It's a plastic environment where you can blend two people together, like in Revelation, where it says, you could make the mistake of thinking that he's talking about the same person when he says, they turn water to blood and strike the earth with plagues. But that refers to Moses, and the other part refers to shutting the sky so that rain will not fall during the day. That refers to Elijah. So they're two different people, and you're two different lifetimes that they're speaking of. Just like when it says that they wouldn't suffer, they wouldn't put their bodies in tune. It doesn't mean there, it means his. It means Malcolm X. He's blending two people together. So he's not wrong. It's just that in dreams you can blend two people together inadvertently because of the plasticity in the dream world. So, or in the visions or whatnot. So he's actually talking about one person. He's talking about Malcolm X, who was on view, public viewing, for 3.5 days. Malcolm X was the 7th incarnation of Gabriel. So you have Adam, you have Noah, you have Abraham, fathers, you have Elijah, you have John the Baptist, you have Malcolm X, and you have Gabriel Prosser. That's 7 incarnations. That's why Malcolm X was able to debate these scholars with an 8th grade education, because he didn't have an 8th grade education. He had lived before. And that's why they have to try so hard to defame Malcolm X, because Malcolm X is Gabriel. Now, it took me a long time to come to this. This isn't something I've made up. This is something I've studied and had dreams about and visions. Malcolm X was an uncommon person. He had vast wisdom because he's Gabriel. He's been with the Most High. He's lived many times before, and he was one of the witnesses. And it's indicated right here in Revelation 11:9. All right. And so after Nat Turner also had 7 incarnations, and he was Moses again. He was Nat Turner came back as Moses Hogan from Louisiana, from New Orleans, Louisiana. So each of the witnesses had 7 lives at least, and they perfected themselves through those lives. And as you see in each life, they helped their people. They were good representations for the Most High. They made some mistakes along the way. They died several times for the Lord's people. Nat Turner, Gabriel Prosser, Malcolm X, these men died, and David risked his life. Elijah, these men died for their people. So it's so important to realize the sacrifice, not only in one lifetime, but in many lifetimes that they made to protect their children. Because if you're a child of Abraham, you need to know that Abraham has died for you. If you're a child of Adam, you need to know Adam in several lifetimes has died for you. If you're of the children of Israel, you need to know that Jacob, as Nat Turner, died for you. And that's important to know. So just remember, Jacob's ladder equals reincarnation. And the only way for you to perfect your spirit is to come in forgetfulness and trust in the Most High to lead you spiritually up Jacob's ladder, up the ladder, so that you can overcome and not have to come back down to forgetfulness and in the flesh again, because you would be an overcomer and a pillar before the Most High.